Hello my friends, it's Danny, and today I'm showing you how to make homemade salmon burgers with a creamy dill sauce. Now the secret to these salmon burgers is using canned salmon. I find using canned salmon is a great way to get a super nutritious, very delicious, high quality ingredient into the kitchen at a fraction of the cost, but I'm going to touch more on that later. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're looking for more simple, healthy, everyday recipes like the one I'm sharing with you today, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you never miss a new recipe. Now, I like to get started by making the creamy dill yogurt sauce, and I'm just gonna start off with a half a cup of plain Greek yogurt. You could do full fat, 2% fat-free. They all work beautifully, so just use whatever you have on hand or whatever you prefer. If you are dairy-free, you could opt for a dairy-free yogurt option, or you could sub in some mayonnaise. Then to that, I'm adding 1 clove of crushed garlic, 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice, and then 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped dill, which is gonna give the sauce a super bright, fresh flavor. And then I'm just going to season this with some salt and a little bit of black pepper. Gently mix that all together until you have a nice creamy sauce and all of those ingredients are well incorporated. And then I'm going to set that aside while I work on my burgers. So we're going to start off with 15 ounces of canned wild salmon. Now, I am such a huge fan of canned salmon. If you've never tried it before, I'm going to encourage you to keep an open mind. It is one of the best deals at the grocery store because you are going to get all of those healthy fats, rich quality proteins, and you'll get it at a fraction of the cost that you would if you were buying fresh wild salmon. So in a recipe like the salmon burgers that we're making today, it's a really great option. I also have a recipe for a salmon salad that I make all the time that I'll link for you down in the description box below. Another great way to use canned salmon. Now, here's the thing. You can buy canned salmon with the skin and the bones removed. It's going to be a little bit pricier. Or you can buy it where the skin and the bones are still in the can. And don't let that freak you out. So you can see right here, there's a little bit of skin and some bone right here. Those bones are actually super nutritious. They are packed with calcium and they're really soft. So, I mean, if I squish this with my finger, it literally just crumbles. And once you mix it all together, you don't even know it's in there. But if it bothers you, you could just go ahead and pick them out or splurge for the canned salmon where they are already removed. So to the salmon, I'm adding a 1/4 cup each diced red onion, diced bell pepper, any color will do, and then some fresh chopped dill, which we're mirroring from that sauce we just made. Then I have 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, and the zest from that very same lemon. Remember, whenever you're zesting a lemon or an orange or any type of citrus fruit, you just want to get the bright rind off the outside. As soon as you see this thin white layer that lives between the skin and the flesh of the fruit, you want to stop because that's the pith and it's a bit bitter, okay? So you just want to get this bright colored zest on the outside. Then I'm adding 1 egg, which could also be 3 egg whites, or if you didn't want to use an egg, I feel pretty confident that a flax egg could get the job done here as well, or a chia egg, both would work. Then I have 1/3 cup of oat flour, which you can buy pre-made these days, or you can just grind it up yourself. If you don't have that on hand, you could sub a white whole wheat flour, or even an almond flour would work for this recipe. Then I'm going to give it just a pinch of cayenne pepper. It adds just the slightest bit of heat, a little bit of kick, and some salt and black pepper. Gently mix that all together until I've got it all well incorporated and all of those ingredients are distributed really well. And then I just like to score this mixture into 4 pieces. That just gives me a general idea of how to create the burgers so that they're fairly even in size. Scoop the mixture up and form a patty right in the palm of your hands, just like you were making a burger, exactly the same. Just pat it down, flatten out the edges a bit, and repeat until you have 4 salmon burgers ready to roll. Here at the stove, I have a nice large nonstick skillet heating over a medium-high heat. I'm gonna get a little bit of olive oil into the pan. Just brush it around. You wanna have a nice thin layer of oil on the pan. You could also do butter here, coconut oil, whatever you prefer. They all work. Then once that oil has heated up, I'll get the burgers into the pan, and you will know your pan is ready because when that burger hits the pan, you'll get a little sizzle just like that. Let them cook 4 to 5 minutes on the first side. then get underneath them, flip them over. You will see they have this beautiful sear, right? It's like a golden brown sear over the top. That's how you know your timing is right. And then let them go for another 45 minutes on the other side. If it looks like they're browning too quickly on the outside, you just bring the heat down a little bit. So you're making sure that they are cooking and getting heated all the way through the center of the burger. So from here, I'm gonna build a burger, but just a quick side note, these are also delicious right on top of a big fresh salad. So if you didn't want a burger, keep that in mind as well. For the burger, what I like to do is I get a whole grain bun, and then I pile a big handful of arugula right over the bottom of it, lay the salmon burger over the top, and then give it a big hearty dollop of that dill yogurt sauce. So good. Pop the lid on and your burger is ready to be enjoyed. All of these flavors are so bright and so fresh, they pair together perfectly. I cannot wait for you all to try this recipe. And as always, I have the recipe written out for you down in the description box below. That is so good. It's just so light and bright. And keep in mind, you can also head over to CLEAN&DELICIOUS.com where you can print this recipe and all of my recipes so you have them on hand at your convenience. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Dani Spies, and I'll see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers! Hello, my friends. It's Dani, and today I'm showing you how to make boop